Today we're going to be looking at trend lines. Now, before we actually get to drawing trend lines, we need to understand what a trend is. Very quickly, what I'm going to do is draw a trend. So a trend is when it's going up, it's a market that's making higher highs and higher lows. So in this example, and what we've got 3 higher highs. So this high is higher than this one, this high is higher than this one. And then we've got 3 lows. So this low is higher than this one, and this low is higher than that one. Vice versa, when a market's trending lower, we're making lower lows and lower highs. Here you can see lower lows here, here, and here, and then lower highs here, here, and here. So this would be trending down. If you start to see a market do this, it's made a higher high, higher low, a lower high. You're starting to see this market kind of go sideways. It just keeps taking out highs, keeps taking out lows, and we don't really know where it's going. Now, what actually is a trend line? A trend line is basically a level of support. So it's an angled line that we draw onto the market where we see the market find support. And how do we draw it? We need to identify these higher highs, higher lows in an uptrend, and vice versa in a downtrend. So, for example, you can see this market, this is gold. I think we're trending higher. So we kind of draw this out. Generally, we're making higher highs and higher lows. So there's definitely an argument that this market is trending higher. What you want to do is you want to find the bottom of the trend, and then you want to draw a line that hits as many points as possible. So we can remove these now. So we've got our trend line, and you can see we've got 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, and actually Friday just gone, we've closed below it. So it'll be interesting to see if this holds. If this market closes above this trend line again next week, we'll be looking at this potentially to go higher. So because it's acting as a level of support. If this market then breaks below it, this trend line becomes resistance, and we may well look for a reversal or at least a move down in this market. So how can you actually use trend lines to trade? The number one rule for most traders is to trade with the trend. What a trend line can do here is it can identify the trend. It then identifies the buy zone. Any price movements that test the trend line and that trend line holds, these become buy zones. You can either do it simply on the test of it, so it hits the price and you expect it to bounce, or you can wait for a time filter, which is a close above the trend line, and then take the trade. And that's it for trend lines today. I hope you enjoyed it.